Welcome back, everyone, to Metro Scene. Marvin Jackson and Danielle Mitchell, and we are with Kendell Renee Kelly, star of Money, Power, Respect, and we got some more questions for you.
What you got, Marvin? Bring it on.
All right.
Okay, Miss Kendell. So I noticed throughout the show you had a very strong-minded personality, confidence. Would you say that's something you went into the show with or kind of developed over time?
In terms of the show, I went in with it. Now, in my life, no. I grew up with pretty low self-esteem. I was a chubby kid, teased because I was too smart, all those different things, wore glasses. I think one time it was called Kelly Belly or something like those names. And being, you know, the youngest, the only girl, I didn't have necessarily the support to push that towards the other side. So I shrunk into my little shell, played with my Barbie dolls by myself, all that kind of stuff. Until I realized I also still wanted to play with the boys, I wanted to do that stuff. And my mother put me in modeling classes, all these different things to kind of bolster and push that. So I'm legitimately one of those people that believes, yes, self-esteem is esteem of yourself. You are going to have to figure out where God sees your power, where he put your blessings, and radiate that out from your inside. In that, and in knowing that power and knowing my source, being strong-minded, speaking not only my mind but my heart, is something that I feel like if I don't do, I'm doing a disservice. And I'm not doing a disservice just to the people that I'm interacting with. I'm doing a disservice to God because I have a purpose. So what is strong-minded, or some people may see as opinionated, is very much about making sure that I don't take too many missteps in that directed purpose, and I'm allowing God to order my steps and my words. And sometimes people didn't like what Jesus said either.
All right. Well, are there any other women in the cast who are similar to you that you would say? And also, second part of this question is, which of these ladies would you just kind of hang out with or chill with?
Okay. So, yes. Similar, Wendy, I would say first, is definitely similar. We are both free spirits. We speak our minds. Wendy has sometimes a better tilt or leaning towards it, so she could say it and people hear it a little bit different, and that's a good thing. That comes with wisdom, that comes with experience. But at the same time, like, we are both equally spiritual and practical. And that's a strong trait to have, or those strong traits to have. In terms of kicking it, like, I've hung out with all, everybody that I mentioned, I've hung out with. Like I said, Tiffany and I have a great time. Dana and I have, like, done not only club stuff, but dinner and cocktails, and, we do all those different things too. Same thing for Wendy. Like, so we're a fun group. I think that's one way we're also unconventional as lawyers. We are not button up, sit down, don't speak. No, we're a lot more fun than that. Like, we like to have fun.
That's what makes the show so great.
Right.
Huh? All right. You wanted to ask her something about her college days, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about your undergraduate experience.
Okay.
We know you went to Spelman, of course, and in that undergraduate experience, what could you kind of take with that to maybe where you are now in life, your career? What would you say those experiences kind of, guided you in whatever direction it is that you are now?
We don't have enough time for the breadth, for the breadth of the Spelman experience. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
But the one thing that is very true is that feeling and that want for sisterhood, and desire for sisterhood. I grew up as, like I said, one girl a generation. So I didn't have girls and friends and that kind of stuff. So when I got to Spelman, learning to appreciate that you had to work through issues, that you weren't always going to be cool with your sisters. You could agree to disagree. Sometimes you were going to argue. You should come through on the other end better. Shoot your makeup. Like, how are we going to fix up this hair stuff? Girl, I might need you to help me with this outfit because you're better at styling this than me. Basically, the appreciation of the fact that everyone has something that's good if they're choosing to give it. If they're choosing to actually go into that girl to good woman phase, then you're going to find good qualities and you have something that you can actually bond and, become a better unit. I've met people that's not the case, and some people have to grow into that. You have to grow into that pro-womanhood, so to speak. Spelman gave me a jump start with that. It was like putting a rocket pack on my back, and I'm thankful for that.
Okay.
Memorable moments, favorite moments while filming this show.
I mean, it's a little too easy to say, you know, the moment that I knew that relationship was over is my favorite moment. It was the most peace. It was the most everything. I could now even say in dating, hey, just watch the show. Like, I didn't have to go through, well, I'm going to break up with this guy on TV and you might want to watch it. And I'm doing any of that kind of stuff. And it was also, for to know someone had been playing on me, to trump him, as my granddaddy would say, you know, was a big deal. And to be able to do it and know that was the last time I was going to speak to him. People have asked me why I was running down the street yelling JD over PhD and these things. Because it was going to be the last time I ever spoke to him. And it has been.
So would you say that he was an influence, you know, in your life throughout the show, or you have any other influences?
Oh, he was not influenced, thank God. He's an influence as to how I will address relationships in future, you know, how I will vet differently. In the same capacity, though, you know, I've had amazing women along this path, amazing men too, but we pro-women today, so, you know, they're...
I'm with you all, too. All right.
You know, and one of the women, you know, to speak to that and in that relationship part and your value and a little bit of things that we've talked about is Ingrid Saunders-Jones, who is at Coca-Cola, and she's one of the top-ranking women at Coca-Cola. And I met her when I was in college. This is nexus, is all, everything in one thing. So I met her in college, and she was mentoring a man that I used to date. And met her a couple of times, and I'm not that forgettable, so even at that point in time in life, I'm pretty sure she knew who I was. But I went to an event, and I walked up to her, and I said, hey, I'm X's girlfriend. And she looked at me, and she was like, ma'am? You know, do not ever introduce yourself as someone else's girlfriend. You have your own name, you have your own value, you have your own worth, you have all of these things. And she read me for filth, and it changed a lot of how I felt and exactly how I addressed myself. Because it's those little things, it's those bits of her being a good woman and choosing to feed into a girl that make those differences. It's those influences that, you know, bring about that opinionated, not gonna take any mess because I know my worth situations.
All right, we have a few minutes. Tell us where you want to be in 5 years.
Ooh, well.
Still in entertainment law, though, right?
Still in entertainment, still in intellectual property and entertainment law.
Okay.
I would like to be married with some kids. We'll talk about the personal side first. That is that is a want, that is a desire.
Okay, guys.
Right? Hey, Marvin's vetting them, you know, hey, because I'm not going to do it alone this time. I know better.
Right.
I have the goal of having or being able to do Oprah and Ellen level giving and impact. Whether that will happen in these 5 years, God willing, yes. I don't necessarily need to do it totally with an audience who could have flown to come and see me in the show. I want to be going and giving out cars and meals and, you know, the spa packages to single moms and folks who are at the women's shelters and those different things, because for me, that's why opening my life, opening myself was worth it. It's worth it because someone is going to watch the show and have the courage to say to their boyfriend, hey, I'm out of here. Someone who is taking a chance on love is going to say, hey, you know, maybe I just need to do this agreement to protect myself at the same time. You know, all of those different things. So in 5 years, whether it's sitting in that type of seat in that type of show or, you know, doing it in another capacity from another space, as long as I feel like I'm achieving that purpose, as long as I feel like the gifts and the blessings are going out as quickly as they're coming in and, you know, God is working through me, I'm happy.
All right. Hits TV show, Money, Power, Respect, star. I should say
Thursday?
superstar. That's the way I feel.
Thursday night, 10 p.m.
You know, that's right. There you go.
Yes.
Kendell Renee Kelly, thanks for being with us. And you're going to do more with us, I'm sure, with Metro Scene and all kinds of things.
Yes.
So people will see Kendell Renee Kelly more often.
Yeah. That's
She's a
me.
friend of the show.
Yes.
All right.